Welcome back. Harry has a special report on global food challenges going on that you need to be aware of. And I'm reminded back in 2016, a journalist wrote, "Tear up your yard and plant vegetables." We may be coming to that. On the screen in the background is our Food Buddy app, and you can check it out at the end of the video. It will help you save money on your shopping. So check it out, and here comes Harry.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Food Buddy, biting the grocery crisis. For starters, my wife insisted I change my favorite shirt to make this special report. I love that shirt, but now it is in the wash. I should not complain because we have bigger problems than my favorite shirt. So enough about my shirt. If you've looked at your grocery receipts lately and felt like something is fundamentally broken, you aren't alone. But today we're zooming out. We always talk about tracking local prices with our Food Buddy tool, but to truly understand why the checkout lane feels like a battleground, we have to look at the massive global economic and climate shocks happening right now behind the scenes. Right now, the world is entering uncharted waters, facing a double whammy: a massive climate event and intense geopolitical shipping disruptions. Let's break down exactly what's happening and why it matters to your wallet. First, let's talk about shipping and energy. Ongoing conflicts in the Middle East have severely choked off major global trade routes, specifically around the Strait of Hormuz and the Red Sea. Why does a waterway thousands of miles away change the price of your bread? The fertilizer crunch. That specific region handles up to 30% of all global fertilizer exports. Without fertilizer, global crop yields drop significantly. Roughly a quarter of the world's seaborne oil trade moves through there. When shipping routes are disrupted, fuel prices skyrocket. For farmers everywhere, that means it costs drastically more just to run tractors, pump water, and transport food. Humanitarian aid and commercial grain ships that used to take a direct route are now forced to sail completely around the southern tip of Africa. That adds roughly 9,000 miles and an extra 4 weeks of travel time to the journey, skyrocketing the baseline cost of moving food across the planet. The arrival of El Niño. On top of these supply chain bottlenecks, meteorologists have officially declared the arrival of an El Niño climate pattern. This means soaring global temperatures and unpredictable extreme weather that directly threatens agriculture. In vulnerable regions like Somalia's traditional breadbasket, fields are already withering from drought. When El Niño hits parched soil, it often triggers massive flash flooding that washes away crops entirely instead of nourishing them. Experts at the U.S. State Department's Famine Early Warning Systems Network are warning that between 115 million and 125 million people across the world's most vulnerable countries will urgently need food assistance by the end of this year. Now, you might say, that's a global humanitarian crisis, but why are my local prices ticking up? Up until recently, strong harvests from the previous season provided a temporary buffer that kept global food costs relatively stable. But according to data from the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, that buffer is wearing thin. Global prices for essential cereals like wheat and corn have already started jumping month over month. When global grain prices rise, it creates a domino effect that hits livestock feed, processed foods, and eventually your local supermarket shelves. When global supply chains and volatile weather collide, food prices don't just fluctuate, they become unpredictable. That is exactly why we built Food Buddy. In times like these, you can't rely on old assumptions about what groceries should cost. You need a digital sidekick to track local trends, map out your budget, and help you find the best options in your area. We're going to keep tracking these global shifts and bringing you the real-world data as it develops. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and take control of your household budget, make sure to subscribe, join the Buddy Suite community, and we'll see you in the next episode. As promised, we offer solutions to this food crisis, and for starters, it pays to work hard to control food waste in your home. Each year, the average household in America wastes nearly 300 pounds of food. Wayne wrote a book on the subject of food waste that you can pick up at Amazon Kindle. Check it out at the end of this report. Stand by for more reports coming soon. Thank you for watching.